Hello and welcome to the all-new Executive Lounge with me, Jerry Adjorlolo. This program brings to you all that you need to know about the C-suite executives and how they deliver on key targets for all their stakeholders. Today I come to you from SIC Insurance Plc, Ghana's largest non-life insurance company, where we get talking about insurance. So why don't you join me as we get talking with the C-suite? I'll see you. I'm in the presence of Mr. Stephen Kwame Oduro, Managing Director of SIC Insurance Plc, together with Mr. Kenneth, Acolatse, GM Finance and Admin, and Madam Adelaide Fiavor, Area Manager, Accra. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for inviting me to your executive lounge.
Thank you.
It feels very cool in here.
Oh, yeah.
But let me start with you, Madam. Are they fun to work with?
Exciting.
Really?
Yes.
We'll take that for now. Let me start with you, Mr. Stephen Kwame Oduro. You were appointed Managing Director of the State Insurer in 2017. What have you been up to since you assumed this position, and what has changed?
Thank you, Jerry. Let me start with a quotation from Guy Kawasaki. That great companies, the founders created those companies not because they wanted fast bucks, but because they want to change the world. So is the story of SIC. We wanted to change not only Ghana, but beyond the borders of Ghana. I have really enjoyed my being in SIC. The work is satisfying but very challenging. When I joined the company, September 2017, in fact, before I joined, I did my background check. Because you can't go into a company without knowing what the company is all about. So I came in with a certain mindset. But at the same time, I was able to know the people, their names. Some of them didn't even know I knew their names. We sat down, said, give me what SIC is all about. Yes, the company had a lot of issues. Some legacy issues that were not pleasant. Some in the air that were not pleasant. So I said, okay, let's try to mitigate it and gain the glory of SIC. So far, so good. With the help of management, staff, and executives. There were some challenges, but every challenge brings new opportunity.
Amazing. Mr. Acolatse, you are in charge of the financial health of our organization. Coming here, I took a look at the 2021 annual report. What is the state of our finances, SIC Insurance Plc?
Thank you very much, Jerry. SIC has been doing so well for some time now, and like Steve said, we came from a place, and going forward from that time, we have been able to improve the fortunes of the company. And if you look at our revenue flow, for the past 5 years, we have grown this company at an average growth rate of about 18% year on year. And we've raked in close to 1.4, 1.5 billion in premium income. On the front of profitability, consistently for the past 5 years, the company has been making its modest profits in the face of all the challenges that we are faced with. And if you want to measure the health of a company, you are looking at its liquidity and its solvency. On these two fronts, we have done well to improve the liquidity of the company by putting in place a prudent investment measures that make sure that constantly all liabilities falling due are handled. And when it comes to solvency, even with regulatory requirements, we are on point. Minimum capital requirements, solvency everything is above the average. Okay. So the company is doing quite very well, very well. And this couldn't have been achieved without the effort of staff of the company. Over the few years, we have put in place continuous learning created that environment for staff where they are learning all the power skills needed to drive what we have been doing over the years. And it is worth mentioning that over these 4 or 5 years that we introduced some of these things, being big on training and all of that, we've been able to exceed our budgetary targets for the past 4 years. So the company is doing, it's in good hands. Yeah.
Adelaide, you come to this discussion by being the area manager for Accra, a very challenging area. Insurance penetration is a big problem. What has SIC done and what is SIC doing to advance the cause of insurance penetration in Ghana?
Thank you. Insurance penetration has been low since below 1% in 2009. It has come up now. Currently a little below 2%, but as an insurance industry, like you said, it's challenging, but we are up to the task, and we are in collaboration with NIC. We are educating the public, and in our own way, we are also marketing. We organize storms to educate the people. And as you know, SIC is a big company. We have 46 outlets and with over 600 agents. With that, we are making some inroads in terms of currently also we are introducing what we call the Campus Secure, which is very attractive to the millennials. Okay. And so somehow we are coming gradually. The insurance industry should be able to make milestones in terms of the penetration. Okay. Yes, so far I think we are making some efforts, and hopefully we'll be able to get the insurance public to stem up for us to get to where we really need to get to.
Mr. Oduro, your background is in management information systems. You have shown extreme prowess from your previous engagements, you know. Let me ask, digital disruption is the way forward. What has SIC done, or what's SIC doing to cash in on digitalization?
Well, you've done a good research on my background, which is great. When I joined the company, my intention was to transform our systems area. So I spent a lot of time trying to improve, because if you don't, you'll be left behind. You know, we have the Generation Z, in Ghana, call it Generation Z, and then millennials. They want to take their devices and do business right there. So if you don't go into that direction, you'll be left behind. By going into that direction also, you have to make it easier, what I call user-friendly. And that's what so far we've done. The other one, when I came on board, I asked, do we even have a disaster recovery system in place? Unfortunately, there was nothing like that. So we established disaster recovery. The first time we activated it was during COVID. And guess what? We made more premium using a disaster recovery during the COVID time. We activated it. Some companies approached us to help them establish disaster recovery. Why am I so big on disaster recovery? You don't want to interrupt your business. You are running insurance company. If somebody has a claim, you have to pay. If somebody's policy is expiring, they have to renew.
Exactly.
So you need to have a system in place to be able to mitigate those issues. And I'm very happy that the personnel, in fact, as of today, we have a disaster recovery team that at any time we can activate it. You know, so yes, I am very big in using systems in order to attract. We're talking about insurance penetration. If you make it easier for the general public, not taking, you know, for Accra, for instance, the traffic. But if I'm living in, let's say, Kaswa, and I can renew my policy online and pay it online, why do I have to come all the way to, let's say, Nyamete House.
Exactly.
You know, so that's the direction that we are moving towards. Yes, it's expensive, but it pays for itself. Whilst we are doing that, we should not forget cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very critical. You can do whatever you want to do. Every second there's a new virus that is being created. God knows where it's coming from. If you don't invest in cybersecurity, you'll be dead. There was an instance that, can you imagine, the MD's salary was diverted. My own salary was being diverted to a bank that I don't save in. Fortunately, when I was signing their salaries, I don't know what happened. I decided to check. And I said, I don't save this bank. How come my salary is going there? Apparently, somebody has sent an email to HR to change my bank to another bank. So they forwarded that to me, and I checked. If you are not careful, you wouldn't see the difference. That it was coming from me. When I checked it, then I realized that the person had created an email address that looked like my own email address, except that they changed one character. That's how we found out.
Okay.
You know, so cybersecurity is a big issue that we all have to take it seriously. Once people are going online and doing, transacting business with the company, we have to be very careful about cybersecurity.
Okay. So just as a little follow-up, you have the SIC mobile app.
Yes.
Which other platforms have you put?
It's on WhatsApp.
Okay.
It's on Telegram. It's on Facebook. And we have a website.
Okay.
And we have something called e-insurance.
Oh.
In fact, it's picked up so quickly nowadays. Yesterday, the information I got was that it's become bigger by the day.
Okay.
And the staff said they need their recognition, which I'm going to look into. Yeah. So we are, and we have a chatbot as well. And I think there's a name that they gave, I don't know how they came up with, called Era.
Yeah.
And I had hoped they would have added Era and Ura.
Okay.
But it's Era out there. So yes, we are on social media.
Okay.
We want to expand it. And it's an ongoing process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through the years, you've achieved a lot of success, evidenced by several awards and recognitions. Could you just walk us through a few of the achievements?
Oh, number one that makes me very happy, SIC was removed from Club 100. 2019, through our efforts, management, and everybody involved, we were back on Club 100. That is the top 100 companies in Ghana.
Okay.
The following year, we got 5 awards. And I call it, if you want to go to a hotel, you want the 5-star hotel. We got the General Insurance Company of the Year, Insurance Brand of the Year, Indigenous Insurance Company of the Year, Corporate Social Responsibility Leader, and Insurance ICT Leadership Award. 1 awards night.
Wow.
That should tell you a story.
Amazing.
We couldn't have come to this through the effort of one person.
Okay.
But it was a collaborative effort from the staff.
Okay.
There's one thing I also want to put it out there. For the top 10 insurance companies in Ghana, if you look at the management of each insurance company, there is at least one person who had to work at the managerial level in SIC. Okay. That is the story of SIC. So we produce the best. Okay. It's a matter of harnessing their knowledge. We do invest a lot in training. We have our own training school.
Yeah.
And every year, we also send people to Wai in the Gambia. Okay. And I'm happy to say that last year, the topmost student at Wai, she collected almost every award was from SIC. Wow. And the second person was from SIC. Okay. And the third person was from somewhere in another country. And the 5th person was from SIC. So when you see this kind of thing, you put on the fast track, At some point, they'll be recycled to the top.
Okay. An amazing trajectory, Mr. Oduro. Thank you for walking us through that. Let me come to you, Mr. Acolatse. Corporate social responsibility plays a very integral part of modern business. How has SIC done that in the past, and how are you giving back to society today?
Thank you very much, Jerry. Corporate social responsibility is now a key function or a key activity within most all the corporate organizations, and there is even currently a reporting requirement on corporate social responsibility activities. SIC, for all the years I've been here, we've been very big on what we give back to society by way of corporate social responsibility, and it is built on 4 key pillars. That is, we are focused on education, health, sports, and community development. We have done various collaborations with various institutions. We are in partnership with the Otumfo Educational Fund. We constantly support them. The Cardiothoracic Center at both Kolebu and Konfanoche. We have certain arrangements with some of the tertiary institutions where we support their programs to enhance education. We have also done some work with some prisons where we support them with computer equipment to help in their development or reformation whilst they are in there. So we are very big on it, and we allocate a portion of our budget to that effect. Wow. We try to do our best in that.
So I think in 2017 you came up with this priority areas for corporate social responsibility, touching on health, education, sports, and community development. A slew of awards have followed. 2018 saw a number of awards in that regard. Congratulations. But now let's address the elephant in the room, the domestic debt exchange program. You're a listed company. Tell me, what's been the impact on SIC in terms of, your clients? But most importantly, let's address claims payment. Will this do anything to claims payment?
Okay, well, I'll take it. Thank you very much, Jerry. It's indeed the elephant in the room. And at SIC, we have done our part. We pride ourselves in our ability to pay our claims, so we are very particular about it. DDP, yes, fine, but we have put in measures over the years. We have done, undertaken reinsurance programs, good support from our reinsurers that help us in these times to be able to handle that. So we are not too disturbed by it. We have it done. Last year, we had about 15 million coming in from reinsurance recoveries to support our liquidity with regards to claims payment. The year before that, we were over 40 million from reinsurance recoveries to enable us settle our claims. So SIC, we are not too disturbed. No claim is too big for us. We are still doing
Let me
business.
speak with the woman on the floor, on the
Exactly.
ground. Adelaide, what do you have to tell us about claims payment?
So I'd like to add to what he said, to say that is why we are here as insurance companies. And any valid claim, it is a pool, so any valid claim would be honored by SIC with the right supports that we have. And to tell you, you can trust us for claims payment. We have the dedicated staff, we have claims handlers that can always handle the claims. In fact, over the years, 5 years, we've paid over 300 million as claims. 2021, we paid 74 million, over 75 million. 2022, over 64 million. So it tells you SIC is strong and can always handle what it is there to provide. So there's no need for the public to waiver at all when it comes to SIC. Trust us, we are always there to handle your claims anytime. And like I said, and to add to, MD mentioned that there's consistent staff upgrade. So the handlers are equipped to empathize with our clients at the time of claim. And also because insurance has to do with management of risk.
Sure.
We look at both the claims payment and we look at improvement of the risk. So even when there's no claims, there are times that we come to you, follow up with issues and tell you, put this in place, because at time of claim, both you and I are not in the right time. So it's better to manage the claim, minimize the risk. Time that we need to minimize it for the cost of. So that goes to support whether DDEP or not, we have all the framework or the parameters to be able to handle anything that comes because it's SIC and it is insurance.
Wow.
We are capable.
You're capable. And they speak so confidently because I think you're still AA rated by Global Credit Rating. Let me come to you, Mr. Oduro. Mr. Oduro, 2022 has been a year of reversals and gains in equal measure. What should we look forward to 2023 operationally?
Well, operationally, progress is always a continuous process.
Sure.
And I can assure you and the general public, if you follow our motto that our promises are sacred, I'm going to add one more to the motto. If you say SIC, I want you to say we are in good hands. So going forward, DDEP notwithstanding,
Okay.
we need to do what we do best, mitigate our responsibility towards the client. That's number one. Number two, also communicate to the public and the staff that we are not in normal times. Even though we are not in normal times, we will uphold our responsibilities towards our clients.
Okay.
It's not negotiable.
Okay.
What do we have to do? We need to continuously look for new businesses. We need to establish that SIC, we will never fail you. That has always been my mantra. The client is always right.
Okay.
Granted, there are people who will try to skirt it, but as Adelaide said, we are bound to pay legitimate claims, no matter what it is. Okay. Yesterday I signed some. One of them is $1.9 million, not cedis. But we have a reinsurance component in there. So we are up to the task, and we will continue to grow. We came from under 200 million premium income, and right now, 2022, we made 374 million.
Okay.
So it's a continuous process. And 2 continuous years, we've been able to pay dividends to our shareholders. When you pay dividend to your shareholders, you make them happy. And when you make them happy, your stock price also goes up. And that enhances the image of the company. SIC is not a butt of joke anymore. I can assure the general public. And there was one client I encountered. He thought the SIC was about to go under. And I said, King, in fact, his name is King, but I won't add the first name. I manage the company. Take my word for it. SIC is never and will never go under my leadership.
Wow.
And therefore, I want your business. He has a hotel. As of today, he insures with SIC. So, SIC, you are in good hands.
In good hands, certainly.
Yes.
So in wrapping up, let me ask, how are you going to achieve these broad objectives for 2023? What core areas are you looking at? Let me start with you, Mr. Acolatse.
Thank you very much, Jerry. We are looking at shareholder value improvement. And that is what we're going to drive. And it will mean that everything we do from the top line to the bottom line leads us to that point. So we are working on improving shareholder value, make sure that revenues are intact, expenses, everything on board, so that value can go to the shareholders, their worth in the company will go. And we also want to look at employee satisfaction. We want to, we have over 80 professionals from insurance, accounting, lawyers, all of them working together. We want to develop them and harness what they have, train them, improve them so that they can help us to achieve our goals. So we are going to be big on training our employees to make sure that they make the clients very satisfied.
Okay. All right. Adelaide?
So the customer is at the center of everything that we do. And this year we're going to continue to provide our expertise and also to make sure we exceed their expectation, wow them, so that they'll continue with their loyalty with SIC. With SIC, customer is number one. customer is always right. Customer is the reason why we're here. So
Okay.
we'll continue to provide the excellent service due them.
MD?
Well, this company can stand or fall with your staff. If your staff is unhappy, you have a problem.
Okay.
I have a policy. Number one, I want people to come to work with a smile on their faces, not when they are depressed. I am very much concerned about victimization. I lived in a society whereby people with different colors were victimized. Not because you are not competent, but because of the skin that you have. I'm also very big on sexual harassment.
Okay.
It's very big for me. So when something comes to my attention, quickly, I take care of it. We have a happy staff. There's no reason why in the morning you say, oh, again? You know, so the welfare of the staff is paramount. And I've been trying my best to make sure that from top to bottom, people are happy and they are willing to go the extra mile. In fact, if they had not gone the extra mile, I wouldn't be sitting down here saying we've made 374 million premium income. People had really worked hard. And those who work hard, I make sure they are rewarded.
Okay.
So that is my my mantra for the company.
Wow.
Yeah.
With the focus on customers to achieve total customer satisfaction and loyalty, maximization of shareholder value, a satisfied workforce, but above all, I believe, a commitment to being good corporate citizens by giving back to your communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you ever so much for allowing us into your executive lounge. It's been an amazing time hanging out with SIC Insurance Plc, Ghana's largest non-life insurance company. Help me say a big thank you to the Managing Director, Mr. Stephen Kwame Oduro, the Area Manager for Accra, Madam Adelaide Fiavor, and the General Manager, Finance and Admin, Mr. Kenneth Acolatse. Thank you very much for your time. Until we come your way again with another edition of the Executive Lounge, we say thank you and goodbye.